I will. Mike sounds good. Yeah. Sound level good today?
Good sound level, yeah.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest here on our presenting sponsor, Fleurdejunk red carpet. It is Morningside, day 4. We're in our Coming of Age Shorts Age of Innocence title block, and this is our third segment of getting to talk with filmmakers that are part of this. And not to be outdone, Samiera and JC, you're both local filmmakers. This is your own project. You wrote it, you directed it, correct?
Yeah.
JC shot it.
Yeah.
It's called Of Our Youth. Take it away. Tell us about your film. How did you step into the role of, you're an actress, you're an actor, and you stepped into the writing directing component on this film. Talk to us about the impetus of the story and why you wanted to take on those additional roles.
Yeah, I started going to school for film production a few years ago, and I really found my niche in directing and producing. And with this film, it ended up being my thesis film for school, but it also kind of became like this conglomerate of like my experience, so it felt like fitting that I act in it and that I write it. And you know, the other person that I co-star with, Josh, like the way the dialogue came out was very improvised at certain points.
By design? By design,
yes. And there's obviously like there's pretty obviously certain parts that are like very blatantly from the script. And it's just, I don't know, I couldn't have done it without JC, to be honest.
So talk to us about this partnership. JC, you've shot things throughout the Twin Cities, you've done commercial work, you've done narrative now. Talk to us about this partnership.
Yeah, it was pretty natural. We had worked together since film school.
Okay.
So it was kind of like the kind of thing where we've been kind of nursing our creative partnership since back then, and it's kind of nice because when you work with the director for so long, it's kind of, you start to have a shorthand, and I feel like in a lot of ways me and Samiera kind of know what each other are thinking in any given moment, and when we're shooting a certain scene or a certain shot, it's kind of, it makes it that much easier, and it just makes it kind of flow.
So comment on this partnership, trailing back to film school. Is this pretty common that students, they find one another and sometimes there's that symbioticness that happens between filmmakers, or is what the two of you have, is it a bit more on the rare side? Either one of you.
I don't know.
Did you have conversations with other students, that kind of a thing, and they were envious of the working relationship that you two have?
Well, I think actually, it was once JC graduated that we started doing like real projects together, and it was like my last year of school. But I mean, I feel like I've seen people like kind of have preferences for like DPs or like editors. So I do think it's pretty common, but I don't know. I feel like we make pretty cool stuff that's kind of special. So.
Well, we agree. That's why the film. We're lucky enough to have your film here. So talk to us about putting the project together. Did you both take on the roles in post as well?
We collaborated pretty well with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you both have that experience in having, production wrapped, and now it's time to put it together. Comment on that.
Yeah. I feel like JC should comment on this a little bit more. I definitely gave him some direction, but he really pulled it together really well.
JC, you're on the spot.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of took the first pass at putting it together, and what I like to do is, I'll put something together for her, and then I'll show it to her, and I'll say, how do you feel about this, and then she'll basically give me input, and then we'll kind of sit there together, and it's kind of like this nice thing where, I'm pushing all the buttons, but then it's kind of like both of our minds kind of like saying, like, does this feel right? So that's how I like to work anyway, because it's collaborative.
Yes, and you talk about this degree of collaborativeness together. It sounds like you have plans on continuing to work together. Talk to us about future projects that you have. You don't have to talk about them specifically, but do you two plan on putting future work out there together?
I think I told JC one time that he's going to shoot every one of my projects. And I don't know, I've talked about making a couple companion pieces to this project. It definitely plays on certain themes that I want to explore more.
Which is a great impetus for us to send you into your film, because we're going to wrap up because we got to go. So it's time for you to screen your film. Thank you so much for being here. Of Our Youth is the name of their film. They're part of the Age of Innocence short blocks here at the 2017 Twin Cities Film Fest. We're going to be back and here all day on the Fleurdejunk presenting sponsor red carpet here on day 4. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Doug Sidney.